to stand in solidarity with you. Because yes, I know and I believe that our teachers and our educators, you're the frontline workers who impact every facet of the world. Every facet. You inspire our children to look to a world that could be. What could be is a thriving, not a burning planet. What could be is a world which you're creating with our children, where black and brown children don't have to fear for their lives by simply walking down the street or sitting in a classroom. That's what you're doing. You're showing what could be when every person should have a roof over their head and food on the table. That's what it should be. And you're creating a world for our children who can see a world that should be. And what could be, you know, is a democracy that better reflects the values and the diversity of our nation. Look at you. You believe, looking at the racially just community schools, looking at a fair contract. That's what should be. And you're fighting for that each and every day. And I'm telling you, and you know this, but I want to reiterate it because your work, you're securing the future for the world. And what should be is whatever it takes for a fair contract, for good wages, for working conditions that are reflective of the wonderful work that you do with our children, for adequate staffing, for everything that you deserve, because you are creating a world that should be. Let me tell you, that's your job, and you're doing it. And so our school district must find solutions with you for a fair contract that values your dedication, your hard work, and the love for our children and our families in this community. That is why you are here today. That's what you do each and every day, sometimes under dire circumstances. Educators should have the best working conditions in the world. Our children should have the best education possible because this is their future, and you're making sure that happens. So I just have to thank you so much. Thank you for making a world what it could be. And I stand with you in making sure that you have every resource at your disposal to secure this world that our children so deserve and that our families deserve right today, here and now. So thank you, Oakland educators. Thank you, Oakland teachers. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Thank you. Good to see everybody.
Look at this staff member. David Ocasio TV here, doing my due diligence to get the journalism I need. And what they've done is, the press conference is actually private, not open to the public. And it's a scam, y'all. Okay? I came here to get both sides of the story. But one side of the story is looking peculiarly private for no reason. Let's press this button. So some long-haired man just came to the door, said, "Who are you with?" I said, "Oakland Public Schools." And he walked away, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, he might look a little quiet. But he ain't quiet. Make some noise for your union president. The one. The only.
Good afternoon. I want to talk about my t-shirt. So, I'm going to show you first. The reason why I wanted to wear this t-shirt on the first day of our strike is because I know every one of you is in Oakland teaching because you love teaching, you love our students. And as the first special education teacher to be in this position, it is my job and it's my responsibility to make sure that all of our members' voices are heard. Our big bargaining team has members from across our disciplines. We have our early child special education teachers, folks who have to be heard. They have to be heard. We have our speech pathologists on our bargaining team. They have to be heard. We got our psychologists, our social workers, our VAPA teachers. They have to be heard. We expanded this team so that the voices in our union that are often not heard, that their voices are elevated by the collective. And that is what we're fighting for. We're fighting for our students in the most neediest schools. We are fighting for our members who are often not heard, and we are fighting for justice and for power. This contract is about wages, but it's also about your ability to say how your school is run. It's about respect. It's about making sure that our kids have the resources they need. Everybody right now saying, what is the common good? Why are we bargaining for the common good? We're bargaining for the common good because that's what our students need. We're bargaining for the common good because when we have students who are unhoused coming to our classrooms, that responsibility falls on you, and we're saying that needs to be the system. We need community schools. It takes all of us. Tomorrow, we are going to continue to uplift the voices that are not often heard. We're going to be on the picket lines at 7:30 strong, just like we were today. We're going to have a midday rally. But until then, this bargaining team that represents all of you across the disciplines, we will be at the ATU office. We will be bargaining. I heard they got a proposal for us. I haven't seen it, but I heard they do. We will start to look at that, and we will make sure that every voice in this union is heard, starting with our early child special education teachers, our VAPA, and our students at our Black Thriving Schools. OEA, my last message to you is this. We are in a moment now where we have to make the choice. Are we going to allow a dysfunctional school board that can't get a meeting determine our contract?
Say that again. Say it again.
I will not repeat that. But it is our duty to fight for freedom. This is the way. OEA, may the 4th be with you.
OEA! OEA!
And this time, it's the teachers that are striking back.
OEA! OEA!
And if we don't get it, Oakland is a union town. If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
Oakland is a union town.
Oakland is a union town.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
Oakland is a union town.
Oakland is a union town!
We're going back to the table and we're going to fight like hell. Thank you, OEA. Thank you, Oakland. Thank you, Oakland. Thank you, Oakland.
But this is looking real bad for the school board, okay? They look like they don't want people here for their... I mean, some people said that they were going to have a propaganda press conference, and I came to see if it was true or not. Man, it's looking like they don't want the real journalists in the building. And what are we doing here today?
So today we're here standing in front of McClymonds High School because we're rallying for salary increase. Okay? We want the negotiators to know that, you know, we need comparable salaries, living wages, so we could sustain life here in Oakland, California.
Can you speak to the championships that the school's been bringing in? You've been here 8, so you must have seen all championships the whole time you've been here.
Yeah, I've seen championships with our football team since 2016. I came in 2016. But prior to that, you know, McClymonds High School has always been, quote unquote, the school of champions. You know, we rock.
David Ocasio TV here, and I am still not being allowed in. This is Suite 150, okay? And we are here at the propaganda press conference, and I was here to ask a couple real questions about where's the money going that should be going to teachers. But it seems like somebody let them know I was on the way and made sure that the doors are closed to the public. They said, "Who are you with?" I said, "Oakland Public Schools." And they didn't even open the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, I got my tripod with me, I got my camera with me, and they don't think I'm press. This is a problem. Mike Hutchison, I expect you to do something about this. Peace out.
You know, we need funding. You know, we need funding for academics as well as our sports. You know, we need money. We need money to support our kids here, you know, because they deserve the best. They don't deserve anything less.
Okay, what is your message to the school board?
My message to the school board is listen to your teachers, listen to your team. You know, we sacrifice every day. We make a sacrifice, we get up, we come from near and far to support the students here in Oakland. And we're just asking for comparable wages to other school districts. You know, with the price of housing is astronomical. Teachers, a lot of teachers can't even live here, right? Because we don't make enough money. Give us some Skrilla, y'all.
Last thing. David Ocasio TV here reporting a big problem. The press conference to find out exactly what's going on with Oakland Public Schools is closed. Let's check it out. Let's double check. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is bad news bears for the democracy of our country, okay? We need to know what's going on, and we can't find out what's going on until the news has edited what everyone is going to say. Well, I think I might be the only real journalist on the case here. Shout out to the OEA.
So we're striking for better conditions for Oakland students. So I know it's been summarized in the media like we're striking for money and it's about teacher salary. Part of it is teacher salary, but we're striking for better conditions. We want Wi-Fi at schools. We want them to adopt some things around climate change. Our school in particular, it gets really, really hot in the summer or when we first start school. And some of our windows don't open. We don't have air conditioning. The water needs to be tested because we have outside contractors that come in and have our water stations, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So we're really fighting for our students to have better conditions. It's not fair to them.
So has water contamination in the area got back to you? I mean, like, have you guys been informed that the water is...
To be honest, we don't know. I mean, the testing they did seemed like our water was okay, that these buildings are old, the pipes are old. The water tastes like rust, so we do depend on our outside contractors to come in with the water stations, the water hydration.
And so you guys
hydration
don't
stations.
have any air conditioning
No,
in any of the buildings here at West Oakland Middle?
none. They are boiler rooms, people. I want people to hear this. When we came back one year, it was 104 one day, and we could not be in our classrooms. They turn into saunas. So the kids are expected to learn in these conditions, and it's not fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a question I'm asking everyone. What is your response to the sentences, if you really care about the kids, get back to work? What's your response to that?
My response wouldn't be clean or kid friendly, but I would say to those people, come and work in these schools one day and realize what we put up with. We're not just teaching standards, we are counselors, mothers, drivers, nurses, coaches. We're everything to a lot of our students. So it's easy to say get back to work, but they don't realize that we need a work-life balance, and it's hard to do on the salaries that they're paying teachers today. So we're losing teachers at an astonishing rate, I'm sure, as the rest of the nation is, and yet there's a lot of money in California. There's a lot of money in Oakland. We're fighting to keep the A's. How about fight to keep your teachers okay without having to work 2 jobs?
So, the issue of funding getting to the teachers, what's the real issue in your opinion? I mean, there's public school money, and it seems not to be getting spent on AC or on basic teacher salaries.
Misappropriation of funds. I think there's a lack of I wouldn't even say accountability. I think systems that are in place downtown are old and outdated. So what ends up happening is I think a lot of money gets lost just from bad management, management systems, bad, unfortunately people that aren't vested in Oakland, so they come and it's a transition place. A lot of our people use Oakland as a stepping stone for the next level. So we're like boot camp, we're a training camp. So,
Okay. Is this, and I'm not trying to bash any program in particular, and I can edit the name out, but like, when you say a stepping stone, is that like Teach for America, lets you go 2 years at an underfunded school and then you can move on and get your student loans paid?
Absolutely.
Is that like an epidemic here? I mean, is that?
I would say less programs like Teach for America and more so just anybody that can teach in Oakland can teach anywhere. We are a training camp. I feel like they put especially new teachers at some of our roughest schools and they expect them to thrive. So then they're like, oh, well, I taught at the worst school in Oakland, so now I can teach anywhere. It's really sad. I've been around this is my 25th year. So I've seen a lot in Oakland. And just every year we lose teachers at least 30, 40%, I bet.
Okay. Can you speak to the topic of OUSD sharing money or splitting the pie of resources with charter schools that are technically might not even be OUSD? Like they're not on the list of OUSD schools, but is resource going to schools that are not OUSD?
To my understanding, by law, OUSD has to follow certain guidelines, so we do have to share campuses, we do have to open up campuses for them. In terms of funding, I don't believe that any of our funds go to them, but not OUSD funds. Where the money gets funneled to them is through taxpayer dollars. So what's not going to OUSD goes to these charter schools, and that feels unfair. They get to pick and choose their students. We educate everybody. It's hard to kick a student out of OUSD. They're non-union. They're not always fully credentialed at charter schools. We have to jump through hoops. Our teachers have to get fully credentialed to be here. So, yeah, it's a totally different thing. But in terms of funding, I don't believe they take money from it. We don't give money. They take it through other measures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any closing message in case the board watches this?
Board, get it done. We don't want to be out here. We would rather be in there with the kids. This is not what we want. So get it done. That's it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning. I can help you today. Good morning. I can help you today.
Oh, you're here? Okay, great.
Whoa, we got some weird treatment going on. Huh. Did they let you in?
You are the power of this union. You, Oakland educators, our families, and our students are the power that will bring us to a fair contract. Because if we don't get it, if we don't get it,
Ladies and gentlemen, the press conference lockout is looking real shady, okay? So instead of waiting for the propaganda press conference, which unfortunately, due to this lockout, I have to say that I don't think this is an integral press conference because they didn't let your boy Alico Films in, aka David Ocasio TV, Sober Gang TV. We're gonna go ahead and go to some Oakland public schools and get the real spiel, okay? We probably don't need to hear this propaganda anyway. Let's go on and check out some schools, y'all. We are here at McClymonds High, and we have Mr. Booker here. Why don't you tell us what we're doing here? Why are we striking today?
Good morning, young people. It's still the morning. My name is Booker Lett, and I am the site rep here at McClymonds High School that's located in West Oakland. We are here today to do our unfair labor practice strike because we are looking for these things as teachers. More teacher pay, better teacher living facilities, not necessarily just being renters, but being owners. We also need class sizes reduced. Teachers that teach younger students, they want to have more resources. On top of resources, we need proper nursing. We need additional staff members to really make it go. And most importantly, we need to really address what we're talking about when we say community schools. Is that just talk, or is that something that we're really interested in? But otherwise, the teachers are really here first and foremost for the students, because they are going to be the future. And if we do not properly educate them, then our democratic system has to be put in question today.
So this is Mac House.
This is the Mac House. That's right.
You won a championship recently?
Yes, this is how it goes here at McClymonds. The last 8 years, we've won 6 Northern California titles and then 4 state titles in 4 different divisions. I don't believe there's any other school that has done that inside of the state.
Can you speak to why that might not get as much attention if it happens here at Mac House as opposed to other schools?
Okay, how here's Oakland Tech has 2,000 students. We have 1/6 of that here. So we have approximately 325 students. So it's just kind of like if you're on the East Coast and it's late at night. You don't actually hear sport scores from the West Coast because things happen here too late. And unfortunately, a lot of West Oakland is treated the same way. We're kind of treated as if we're in a whole nother zip code as it relates, or area code as it relates to other parts of the city. And that's the sad part about it, because at one time, they were doing parades when we were winning titles. Now, we're just winning titles.
But you guys will be the specialists of teaching in the inner city.
That's correct.
Out of the
That's right.
Can you speak to that? I mean, you guys are, when I say teaching in the inner city, this is Oakland.
That's right.
Your guys' high school is
the blackest out of all the high schools. And with that comes the challenges along with that. So there's some good in that, and then there's also some drawbacks to that. And some of the drawbacks are people think that everything is fine here just because we're all here. And I'm here to say that actually that is somewhat of the problem. Because with us all being here, we don't get the resources that we really should get that other parts of the city do have.
Right. What kind of resources are you thinking for this West Oakland?
For example, I talk to the students all the time. Tell me where the closest bank is in West Oakland. Tell me where the closest grocery stores are. And if we do the same conversation in East Oakland and the black communities, they give the same answer. There aren't any. And there lies the greatest problem. You can't have a community if you don't have the resources to make the community go. And banks provide that capital to make the communities go. And if our communities don't have banks like the Latino community does, like the Asian community does, and like the dominant Anglo community does, you're asking us to bake bread without giving us flour.
Wow. So what do you have to say about the overwhelming talent that you guys have here, despite the fact that you guys...
That's the beauty here. With everything that's going on here, we still make it go in there. So it's just the grit, the determination, the commitment of the teachers, the habits that they develop, and more importantly, it's the sacrifice that we make for the students, because that's who we're really here for, because they are the future, and we want to make sure, just like in a basketball game, we want to make sure that their first quarter leads them to a successful second quarter. Because then when they get to the end of the fourth quarter, they can be a winner.
All right. What's your message to the local artists, the poets, the people that may do activism or do stuff to help kids, but they don't necessarily swing by here?
Tell them to make a way over here. I didn't say every day, but hey, there's a lot of good things going on here after school, after 3:30. Come and engage with these young people and let them show you how much creativity and imagination that does exist here in West Oakland and how it can become a positive force for the community and beyond.
All right. Any final message to the school board?
School board, all we ask is please that you take our considerations into serious doubt. Teachers are more than happy to make the sacrifice, provided that you're willing to do the same thing. Because remember, it's all for the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, man. You know, what's up, man? It's your boy, Dot Vizzle. I'm taking a humiliating walk back to my car after I was just looked at and not allowed in, and someone said press only. I said I'm press. Then they looked at me and shook their head and walked away. It's humiliating. If they would have asked for my press pass, I could have gone online and showed them that I'm a film company at least, but I didn't even get the chance to show anybody my film company paperwork or nothing. But Mike Hutchison, I really expect you to watch this in entirety, and I expect you to comment on this, man. This is a huge disappointment, and you're the person on the Oakland School Board that I trust and that I'm glad that you're in, and that makes me feel like maybe there's power to the people on the board. But this lockout is a very scary reality that, man, people can do whatever they want, you know? And that's the scary part of what's happening here at OUSD, is that our money for the children seems to be getting misappropriated at best, okay? I'm not afraid to use the word embezzled, and I feel like someone's getting way more OUSD public money than they should be getting, and I have a feeling there's a couple people getting way more money than they should be getting in the district. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go to McClymonds, West Oakland Middle, then we're gonna make our way.
This is our community, right? They're here, they're providing. Bring it down, babe.
It's the light. See, I came here today to spread the love. Bring some energy from all above, all around, because
does this the town? When we come out for justice, we put it down. This is for our babies, right? This is for our communities. This is for books, not bars, and schools, not prisons, and disrupting, right? Shout out to all my abolitionist fellow educators who are here. I love all.
You've been bargaining for 7 months. Come up here. Y'all give it up for this big bargaining team. We've been on 7 months trying to get a fair contract for you. This bargaining team is made up of classroom teachers, counselors, nurses, school psychologists, substitute teachers, early childhood educators, special education teachers, VAPA educators, teacher librarians. We got representation from every corner of the district. And they were able to provide proposals that represented each one of those areas. And OUSD has repeatedly returned their professionalism by canceling bargaining sessions, failed to offer proposals or counter proposals, and they really have failed to even have discuss the majority of our proposals.
My name is Samia Katab, and I'm a teacher librarian at Franklin Elementary, and a member of our big, bold, and beautiful bargaining team. It's been clear that pay is a top priority for us because we know what our pay looks like and what everybody else's looks like. And we're facing a teacher retention crisis. But that's not what this is all about. Our schools and our students are in crisis. So I ask you, do we need more mental health supports? More nurses? Counselors in our schools? Social workers? How about librarians? Damn right we do. So let's not get distracted by the shiny object in front of you. We need to continue to fight for the schools that all of our students, our educators, and our community in Oakland deserves. So, keep your head up, OEA. Thank you to all the family and community that's out here supporting us. And let's keep this fight going. Thank you.
Yes, keep that noise up and make another round of applause for our lovely teacher. Samia is doing some amazing work. Listen, we know that this is more than just about making sure our teachers get enough pay, right? And we have to be really clear that there's a lot of messaging coming from OUSD to divide us. Are we down with that? Heck no. This is about making sure we center what our students need. Are y'all with that? Are y'all with that? Okay. So next up on the mic, we're going to bring up one of our phenomenal teachers, educators, parents, someone who helps us make sure that our babies get the attention they need, whether in the classroom or the supports to our newest teachers coming into this district. Please make a round of applause and make a lot of noise for Chayla Delgado.
All right, hey y'all. So my name is Dr. Chayla Delgado, and I'm here as an OUSD alum, Skyline class of '99. Former high school teacher of 17 years, the last 8 of them in East Oakland at CCPA. But today I'm here as a parent. I have a 4th grader and a 6th grader at Melrose Leadership Academy. And I'm here to remind y'all that parents are with you in this. We are with you. In fact, to be real from the outside, this feels a little bit like a group project that y'all showed up to like you did your homework and OUSD like didn't really do theirs, and they kind of spent more time like emailing me as a parent and telling me like how great the deal was rather than do their part of the assignment. So parents know what you are up against in the schools. We see it. We know what our students are struggling with. And when we say teacher working conditions are student learning conditions, that is the realest thing that could ever possibly be said. We know when we talk about your salaries, we are talking about people being able to stay in the city they love and want to work in year after year and give my kids that stability so that next year they're not walking into an empty classroom because the teacher could not afford to stay in Oakland. When we talk about these common good demands, OEA worked with families, they worked with community members to center our most vulnerable students, our unhoused students, our SPED students, our newcomers, to make sure that those students have the supports they need in schools. As a parent, I want my black children to be affirmed in the curriculum they are receiving in Oakland schools. I want them to have a stable class with a teacher the entire year. I want their unhoused classmates to be able to get supports at their school sites from adults they trust. And if they need help with their mental health, as many of us do in the midst of this still ongoing pandemic, I want them to be able to see a counselor at their school site. The parents in Oakland know this. They know what is going on. We are with you, teachers. We are with you, and we know that y'all know when Oakland students are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
What do we do?
Stand up like that.
What do we do?
Stand up like that.
Thank you.
O-E, O-E-A, O-E, O-E-A,
O-E, O-E-A.
All right, y'all, no more speakers coming. We're gonna stop the talking. Right now, we're gonna shift the gears. We're gonna have a little bit of music. We're going to bring to the stage Lauren Adams, who's a teacher, classically trained musician, who uses music in the classroom to promote learning.
Oh, the one thing we did right was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, one more time. Oh, the one thing we did right was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Now this time you're gonna say after me. Everybody rise up. You say rise up. Oh, we're gonna rise up. Everybody say that. Oh, we gather and we rise up. Come on and say. We're gonna come and rise up. Everybody say. Oh, the one thing we did right was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Come on, hold on, teachers. Hold on, staff. Hold on, students. Hold on, parents. Hold on, community. Hold on, Oakland. Hold on. Ashe, we have to bring the spirit of our ancestors who've done this before, who've won before. We gotta bring them in the space with songs like that. I'm also a member of an educator collective known as Soul Development. Yes.
Yeah, so can you talk to us about why you're on strike first?
Well, it's a number of reasons. Teacher compensation is getting a lot of media play, and that's a huge thing. Teacher compensation is directly related to students' experience in the classroom. When your teacher is overtired from working 2 jobs and barely paying rent and not going to get the same quality experience as teachers who are well supported. Beyond that, we've got real serious safety concerns that we need the district to take seriously. Things from like toxic mold in classrooms to class sizes in science classes where we have kids doing dangerous stuff and dangerous, important learning. I want to give the microphone to my science teacher colleague to speak on that.
Oh, okay. So science classes, we really have to have small classrooms. We're using scalpels, blades, flames, chemical reactions, and we need to keep track of them. They're trying to sometimes drink chemicals, eat food, play with knives, and there has to be a small enough number of students that we can keep them safe. So class sizes are a really big deal, and class sizes don't just matter in science classes, they matter in all sorts of classes. Our PE classes are huge, so we really need to get those numbers down too.
We're also really concerned about special ed case management sizes, case sizes. Counselors have almost double the national recommendation for counselors, and I can't even imagine how I would feel if I was a counselor looking at the last proposal from the district, which asked them to teach classes on top of managing caseloads that are double the size of what is nationally established as adequate.
What do you guys have to say about what would be your response to someone that says, well, if you care about the kids so much, just get back to work?
Well, you know that teachers are notoriously selfish people. Man, I wish I could. Yesterday, held space for kids processing the death by fentanyl overdose of one of their friends. I held space for a kid yesterday who asked me to just talk them through this moment to distract them from their strong desire to go and harm themselves. It's an honor to me that kids share that with me. I've been here for a minute. I've established trust. When we don't get paid enough to pay, when first-year teachers don't get paid enough to pay their rent, they leave. And over again, we get new people and the kids don't know that takes a year to establish trust, and then they're gone. Kids really take that personally. And I don't blame them. And I can't blame the people who leave because these are untenable work conditions. We have teachers post-pandemic who are really, really struggling. And yes, we care about the kids, but we have to put our own masks on first to be able to take care of them. Did you want to say something, Kayla?
Yeah, and I want to be here for the kids. I would rather be teaching. I love being in there with the kids, but if we don't start getting higher pay for teachers, they're not going to be able to hire teachers. So this is for the long term so that there are teachers there for the students. We had trouble hiring teachers this year. We had some positions that we are here for the students. Yes, I would like to pay rent more easily, and I'm here for that too, but that is not the only reason that I am here.
One other thing I would tell that YouTube commenter is to talk to some of our actual students. It's very clear to them the relationship between teacher pay and student experience of the classroom. They're pissed with us. They understand, and you know, they're high school students. A lot of them are like, yay, time off. And a lot of them are like, this is my escape. I'm anxious about the days out. I care about that. I do care about that. And I want them to have a stable community for years to come. We can't keep living like this.
What about the pro teacher that might be, some might consider them too pro public education and say that the reason that we're in this might be because of public education, perhaps embezzlement would be the word that the revolutionaries would use. Is that unfair for us to say? I mean, what's the content
I think it's important. I think it's important to pay attention to a school district's real estate, and how much of that real estate is actually benefiting the public good versus charter networks that are willing to pay a high rent to co-locate or to just take over a public school. And I don't know that I would use the term embezzlement. That tends to imply a personal crime. Yeah. But misguided leadership that's not respectful of students and teachers' experience on the ground. Yes, making decisions about how to allocate funds without crucial information about the students and families that we're supposed to be serving. Yes, I do think they're negligent. I don't think they're embezzling.
Like misappropriating. Yeah.
There's also a lot of money in Oakland being spent on the high-level district positions, and so when they keep telling us there's no money, we don't have any money, it's because we're not looking at where the money is currently being spent, right? So if we're not able to have enough nurses so that we are at almost double the recommended number by the National Nurses Association, and then they're telling us that they need to take even more students, okay, maybe that some of that money on high-level administrators needs to get moved so that we can keep our students healthy and safe.
Thank you so much.
They've hired 37 district-level positions since our last strike in 2019. District-level director positions, those are six-figure positions. On our current salary schedule, you can't make six figures. At the salary, right, the highest salary you can make, I think, is 95. And that's with 30 plus years of experience and a doctorate.
And these district positions, they're making
You can Google it, but you know, we do. We know who doesn't answer our emails, doesn't get our paperwork correct, but makes 125, 165K. It's personal. It hurts. Especially, they docked our pay in retaliation for sticking out before the strike. We're trying to prevent a strike by showing them that we're serious. So, not organized by the union, the teachers decided we're all going to take the day off on the same day. It shuts down the schools. It gets everybody paying attention to the fact that the district won't come to the bargaining table. We can't do anything if they won't show up. And they docked our pay and they did it in the most chaotic way possible, where some people didn't get their pay docked, some people got their pay docked and a sick day, some people got multiple personal days taken. There's a staff person here who lost 10 days pay for taking one day off when she had banked sick days. It's a hot mess. And it's really, really hard to take people at their word when they say we're on the same team, we're in this for the students, when they retaliate when they don't have to. They could have just let us take a sick day.
Okay, any final message to the board? Anyone on the board, if they're going to watch this?
So right now we're doing an unfair labor practices strike, so we really need the bargaining teams to meet. Our team is meeting with empty chairs. People are showing up when they're supposed to be there at 8 a.m. They're showing up at 11 o'clock at night, and then they come in with nothing prepared, or this most recent proposal is a slide deck with some headings that doesn't have stuff under some of them. It's very vague. It doesn't make it clear if they're building on the old proposals or throwing them out. How are we supposed to agree to a contract when there is no real proposal? We need the school district to give us a real proposal and to listen to what we need to be effective and to help our students and to teach our students and to make them feel like this is a place that can be a home.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's our turn. And we're going to continue to fight until this state makes sure that these demands are the basics of our education system, till these demands are no longer demands, but the actual reality in our classrooms every day. Every time we reach in, we got the supplies, we got the thermostat, we got the curriculum, we got the help, we got the nurse, we got the restorative justice coordinator, we got all the things that contract. What do we want? Racially just